Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be a drugstore full face, one brand makeup tutorial using all Covergirl products. I've done this in the past with different brands, but today I thought I would partner with Covergirl to bring you guys this look. And I'm pretty much gonna be talking a lot about the TruBlend collection from Covergirl, which has always been one of my favorites. They have a ton of shades. They have, obviously it's a really good price and everything. And if you've ever tried the TruBlend Matte Made Foundation, they now have a concealer, which is the Covergirl TruBlend Undercover Concealer that was actually made to like match this perfectly. So I'm gonna be showing you how to use all these products, specifically the concealer too, because I wanna highlight like how you can use it in different ways. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're gonna do matte skin today. I actually really like matte skin in general, in the like fall and winter. So I'm gonna start off with my primer and I'm just gonna apply that all over. This one's nice because it does take away shine, but I actually don't feel like it's drying. I feel like there's a big difference between matte and then drying. So you wanna go for stuff that's mattifying, but not too dry. The one that I just used is the CoverGirl TruBlend Base Business Skin Primer Mattifying. We're gonna go ahead and do my brows like I always do. So this guy, I've talked about this before. It's almost like a brow pomade, but it's a really cool product because obviously the brush just comes like in the top. You can just turn it around. It's actually called the Easy Breezy Brow Sculpt and Set Brow Pomade. And this is actually a new shade. This is the shade Honey Brown. I always like my brows on the lighter side. I live for a nice light but defined brow. Boom! Clean that with some concealer. Carve it out with some concealer. And we got our brows going on. All right, so we are gonna go for more like matte skin like I mentioned. So I'm gonna go in with the foundation that I talked about at the beginning, the TruBlend Matte Made Foundation from CoverGirl, and this is the shade M50 Soft Tan. It really is lightweight and it's still very buildable, so you can get the type of coverage that you're looking for. I actually went in with like one layer. On this side, you can see that's what one layer looks like, and this is what two layers look like, so you can kind of just see, you know, what kind of coverage you want to have and build it up to that. All right, so then next up, I'm gonna go in with that concealer that I was talking about. So this is the CoverGirl TruBlend Undercover Concealer. I actually have a really funny riddle. I should probably wait till after this, but let me just tell it really quick. What do you call a spy that's under a bed?
A Riddler.
No, undercover. Get it? So yeah, this is the TruBlend Undercover Concealer, and I'm actually gonna be using the shade M300 Honey, which technically should be corresponding to like M30 of the foundation, but I'm kind of a rule breaker, okay? So I want more like a highlighting shade, so that's why I use a shade that is 2 shades lighter, if that makes sense. So if you want something that's more on the natural side, go with like the exact corresponding shade to the foundation that you're using, which for me would be M500, not M300, but I'm a little risk taker. I'm a rule breaker, okay? Not really though, I'm actually such a goody two-shoes, it's like not even funny. So this product is super lightweight for a full coverage concealer, and I will say that it has a texture that can dry down quickly, so I like to work with it quickly. So that's why I usually do one eye and then the other, so I can work with it the way that I need to work with it. And when you press in really, really lightweight motions, that's when you're gonna be able to get the best coverage possible. But you can see as soon as I'm blending it out, it like smooths out the skin, it completely brightens and conceals those under eyes, and especially when I pat it in directly underneath the eyes. It took me a few times to like really be able to know how to use this product, and like I said, I think a good trick is going step by step when you want that super flawless finish. But do you see this? It honestly does such a good job covering all my darkness, all those dark circles, and just getting the coverage under there. And it does have a large doe foot applicator on it, which I just find is obviously easy to apply quicker and just get like more surface area going. So you're just gonna blend that out. Get smooth, get covered, get concealed, and get a little brightened. I'm just gonna do one more layer right here in this tear duct area on this side. For some reason, my right side, the right side of my face, it has a bigger divot under the eye, so I typically do need to go in with 2 layers, even though just 1 layer like really does cover that darkness and the pigmentation under my eyes. It's just more like the texture. I need 1 more layer to really do it up, you know? And then I'm just gonna go over the rest of the face as well. Since this is more of like a highlighting shade for my skin tone, I just go down the middle of the face to balance everything out and to bring a little bit more light towards the center. Do you guys see how it just blends in so nicely to the foundation formula? Like they work really, really well together. Just a little mix, a little mixy mix. I wanted to actually show you guys also how I contour with the concealer as well, the same exact concealer that I've been using. This time I'm gonna be using the shade T700 Caramel. So again, kind of sticking with that idea, 2 shades lighter to highlight on point or like on correspondence with your foundation shade to have like a natural just concealed moment, and then 2 shades darker, 1 to 2 shades darker I would say, to contour. Do a little cream contour moment, okay? So I'm just gonna create a couple dots right there, and we're just gonna go in and blend that up into the cheekbones. And it's just gonna create the perfect natural looking shadow while giving us just a little bit more coverage under that area. And this is a little like hack or trick or whatever you want to call it that I actually like to do really often, because I always feel like doing this step with either a really nicely covering concealer or foundation just makes your overall makeup look a lot more flawless, especially when it blends out nicely into the product you have underneath, which in this case, it blends out nicely into this foundation. Okay, blend, look at that. Yes. I honestly feel like whenever I add on my like bronze or contour, you know, whatever, I start to come back to life. Like this is the moment where I'm like, I see Roxette. I see rocks. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set everything down with this little powder. This is the Covergirl TruBlend Minerals Loose Mineral Powder, and I'm using the shade, just the translucent shade, the shade 50 translucent. And I don't know where that came from, honestly. I'm just gonna pat out my concealer to make sure it's sitting nicely. You always want to do that right before you apply your powder, because however you set that concealer, that's how it's going to stay throughout the day once you add on the powder. So you really don't need too much. I actually take this powder and I put a little bit on my like arm so I can wipe some off of the sponge, and then we're just going to work that powder into the skin, under the eyes, and also down towards the smile lines. Do you see how it's not like completely white? It actually has just a slight tint to it, so it doesn't give you that like super stark ghostly appearance. I love it because you can really get the same effect with drugstore makeup as you can with high-end makeup nowadays, because the quality is there for all my drugstore queens out there. And I feel like I've always done like tons of drugstore videos and just makeup tutorials and stuff on my channel, and through the years I have honestly seen such like a vast improvement over all areas in just like the quality and stuff. So ballin' on a budget. What I like to do is whatever's left over in the container, I'll take on a big fluffy brush, and I don't really use too much. Like I honestly wipe off a ton of it, but I just take this and lightly press that into the skin. You do not want to press hard. You don't want to add a ton of powder because we don't want the skin to become too powdery, but you do still want to set everything down. And then once we go in with like our bronzer and stuff, it just blends out a lot nicer. Love. This is our finished look, guys. I hope you like it. It's a nice sculpted look for you guys to go really anywhere you want. Wow, this hair is sabotaging me. All right, so we're gonna add on a little bit of bronzer while we let this baking powder do its thing. So I'm actually gonna take this palette, which is a really cute little palette. This is the TruBlend. CoverGirl TruBlend, obviously. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know that every product is CoverGirl at this point. But anyways, CoverGirl TruBlend Serving Sculpt Palette. And this is the shade 500, Bloom Babe. So I'm gonna take the bronzer shade. It's a matte bronzer, so you can actually use it as a contour too. And when you use it on my brush that I made, my iconic bronze brush, you just wanna sweep it under the cheekbones like this to sculpt and then airbrush it out with like these circular motions. This brush is so soft. I love it. And you can actually use the edge of the brush to lightly guide it along like where the hairline is so that you can really get that like flawless blended out look. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and wipe away that powder. Dude, honestly, those dark circles are gone. And last night I only slept 3 hours, 4 hours. All right, so I'm gonna add on just a little bit of the same blush from the palette I've been using. This is a very pigmented blush too, so you've been warned. I think I'm gonna try out this highlighter. I've tried this in a different shade, but this is actually my first time using the shade Rose Quartz of the CoverGirl TruBlend Super Stunner Hyper Glow. Okay, bomb. So we're gonna move on to eyes. I'm just gonna keep it very, very simple. This is one of the easiest ways to get a natural but glam kind of eye makeup look. And I'm actually gonna be using this CoverGirl Exhibitionist glitter eyeshadow. And this is the shade number 4. What I like to do when I'm trying to go with just like a super simple makeup look is I'll apply it right to the center of the lid and then just blend it out with my fingers. And it's a really, really pretty color. Honestly, these can be very full coverage as well if you wanted that effect. It just adds the right amount of shine, the right amount of glitz and glam. The eyeshadow that I'm using today is, of course, from CoverGirl, since this is a full face, and it's the TruNaked Chocoholic eyeshadow palette. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of brown to this outer corner. I mean, you guys have seen me do this a million times. It smells like chocolate too. All right, then I'm just gonna give my lashes a quick little curl. Boom, open-eyed, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. We're gonna go in with this CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. This actually comes with a primer as well. Well, it doesn't come with it, but it has like a matching primer to it. So I'm gonna go in with the primer first, which is basically just supposed to make your lashes like look longer. And I don't think I'm gonna do falsies today, which is crazy. Maybe some of you don't wanna wear lashes all the time. Maybe some of you do. But I want to show both on my channel. Whoa, I feel like a little ice queen. And then going in with the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara in the shade Very Black. I'm just gonna go with this motion, the rotating motion that I've talked about before. If you watch my wrist movement, that's like the key to applying mascara and having it look the best possible, or making your lashes look the best possible. At least for me, I've always found that with this rotating motion, when I rotate forward and really extend the lashes out, and then take it at the root and kind of wiggle it to get some more volume, that's what makes my lashes look the best. Okay, look at my lashes right now. They look pretty good, right? Get in the camera. Why are you hiding? He's hiding on purpose. There's always one eye that works a little bit better. Do you agree? Which eye do you think it is?
One eye that your left.
Ugh, I know, it always does better. My left eye wants to cooperate, but my right eye never does. No, Nick, honestly, it looks pretty good, right? Especially my left eye.
Yeah, it looks like you're wearing falsies.
Falsies just shape it more, I feel. Like into whatever shape you want. If you want to just go the extra step, I like to take my lash curler, and you have to curl right at the base, just very gently, just like press super, super gently, but that just gives it even more of a lift. And this makes the curl stay even longer. But again, super, super gently. Do not press hard or else your lashes will literally be like, I'm not joking, okay? Don't press too hard on that. But okay, lashes, yes, they are coming through for me today, especially my little left eye. I also added a little bit of lip liner just to get a little zhuzh going. But yeah, I'm gonna go in with this guy, which is the Outlast All Day Custom Nudes, and this is the shade Light Warm. I'm just gonna apply that right here. Okay, that's like really light. So I think I'm gonna take just a little bit more of this other shade, Medium Warm, the same product, and just apply just a little bit to the outer corners to kind of like blend it together. I kind of did this the opposite way. Normally you would apply like the darker shade and then the lighter shade in the middle, but you know what? It's fine. All right, so I just went ahead and applied this guy, which came with the same pack. It's like a moisturizing like top coat kind of thing. It just made everything melt together really nicely, so that's it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. And again, obviously thank you to Covergirl for working with me on this video. I always like to thank the brands because I truly am very grateful. And grateful to you guys as well for just supporting me and, you know, leaving comments, watching my videos, everything like that. So love you guys. You are beautiful inside and out. And see you next time. My hair's like, tell 'em or bar. You like that song? Tell 'em or bye. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Tell 'em but bye. Why am I whispering? I'm not really sure. Who thinks I should do ASMR video? I kind of want to, but I've never done it before, so I'm kind of scared.